Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role. Get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show my people. Billies our hope, so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WB. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role. Get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB. transformation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place for calling WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place for calling WUB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show, my people. Belize our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WUB. And all the things that we feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize.
The 4th day of June 2020, and we welcome you to the program this morning. As you know, we go through certain steps before we get to the main course. We do have a guest coming in a little bit after the time check this morning, but we'll have open phones from 7 until that time. We will go now to Catherine Kamabach, and she'll bring us up to date with the weather. And then we have a package here prepared by the News Center to bring you up to date on the latest news. Ms. Kamabach.
Good morning, Belize. A moderate east to southeasterly airflow prevails. The 24-hour forecast for Belize and her coastal waters calls for sunny skies today with a few cloudy spells, and high temperatures today are expected to reach 89 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, to 95 inland, and 82 over the mountains. Tonight, the skies will be partly cloudy with low temperatures of 82 along coastal areas to 74 inland and 68 in the higher elevations. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated except for the south, where a few more can be expected late night and early in the morning. The wind will blow from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots, and the sea state will be moderate. A low tide is occurring, and this will follow by a high at 11:53 a.m. Another low occurs at 7:35 tonight and a high at 1:46 a.m. The sun rose at 17 minutes past 5 and will set at 6:24. The moon set at 8:43 this morning and rise at 10:06 tonight. The outlook for Friday and Friday night is for similar weather conditions to prevail. In the sargassum forecast, there is the possibility that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, resulting in moderate impacts on beaches across the country. And in the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected over or near Belize and her coastal waters during the next 48 hours. And with that, we conclude this morning forecast that was prepared here at the National Meteorological Service.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Prime Minister John Briceño has defended Police Minister Oscar Mira for pressing cybercrime charges against former UDP chairman Alberto August rather than pursuing a civil suit for defamation. The Prime Minister considers that Mira felt aggrieved, and rightly so.
Alberto Agas wouldn't take a time of my efforts in dealing with him. He can say whatever the hell he wants and it doesn't bother me a bit.
So is Mr. Oscar Mira thin-skinned to be a politician?
No, absolutely not. We are all different. I mean, we're all different. And sometimes we do need to take a stance. Maybe I should consider, taking out lawsuits against Alberto Agas. Or maybe I should have all PUPs to take out lawsuits for him. So maybe can spend a lot of time.
But lawsuits, PM, send the police after them, make them deprive them of their freedom.
It's not a lawsuit. He made a report. Exactly. And then the police brings them in. And they do an investigation, as you know. The police can hold you up to 48 hours before the charge. It's just so happened that it happened in the weekend, and I think they couldn't get somebody they couldn't finish the charges weren't finished, I think, until Sunday, and then they were released.
Yeah, but that's why we have defamation laws. Don't you feel that we're going down a slippery slope, setting a very ugly precedent to be using cybercrime legislation intended for other things than politicians coming after people for criticism and satire?
No, I don't think that's true. You think what Alberto Agas does is satire?
Well, if you're an English major,
let's get that straight. Let's
say Mira said that.
He had it in quotes.
He said, so if I say, I'm going to say this in the Prime Minister's voice, it doesn't mean the Prime Minister said it, sir.
The thing is that what Alberto Agas did is disgusting. To take an opportunity when a family is grieving and to imply or quote whatever he did of what the minister said. And the minister felt aggrieved because he knows this family. He is friends with the family. As he explained to me, the doctor was good friends with his brother. They went to school together. One did engineering and one did medicine. And so for him not to use this for political gain, I think it's despicable on his part. So I think Oscar Mira is right to be able to make a report against him under the cyberbullying law.
Not defamation law.
Yes.
The Prime Minister has confirmed that a 6.3 million Halakte award for the government's unlawful acquisition of 31.36 acres of communal land will be taken all the way to the Caribbean Court of Justice. He maintains that the ruling upheld by the Court of Appeal is wrong.
We believe it's a wrong ruling. We believe that the Chief Justice or the judges, we don't agree with it, and I'd say that respectfully. And certainly we will appeal, and we believe that we can overturn that ruling at the CCJ.
Because if you let that hold, then it's going to have
answer that question.
It's going to have some significant impact on what's happening in the South right now.
Okay, yes.
The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry is pressing the government for relief from soaring fuel costs in Belize. In April, they called for greater transparency on government's fuel tax take, and on the 27th of May, they wrote the Prime Minister a second letter urging further temporary tax cuts on fuel and other measures to ease that. Based on published figures, excise duties have remained relatively consistent despite fluctuation in global prices. The Chamber says that the Belizean public needs more meaningful pass-through relief in domestic pump prices, end of quote. Here is how the Prime Minister responded to the request yesterday.
What do you say to the Chamber in relation to their fuel request?
Let me just answer your question. It's embarrassing. Listen, if you collect $100 in taxes and you have environmental tax, you have the GST, and you have the excise and the import tax, it's still $100. It doesn't matter where you take it from. You could take it out for environmental tax or the import tax or the excise tax. It's still removing monies from the whole amount that you're doing, and that's what we're doing. So it's embarrassing sometimes to read such proclamations from the chamber.
We also asked the PM for an update on the complaint from fuel dealers of their profit margin being arbitrarily reduced despite the 2004 agreement.
I have left that with the financial secretary, and I know they've tried to ask to meet with me, but I have to declare my interest that we have a service station in Orange October. So I try to stay away from such topics. But the reality is that when that formula was set in 2004, the prices were way lower, and presently the prices continue to go up, and the government has been cutting, and we sent you all the data, millions of dollars in taxes that we are foregoing. The public is taking a hit because the price continue to go up. And so the dealers are expected to do their part. And we hope that they would understand that. It's not something that we do out of malice or anything, but we're all in this boat together, so everybody has to do their part. It's like with the unions during COVID, when we got into government, we had to appeal to them to accept a salary cut, because then everybody was going through a difficult time. So I'm appealing to them, and I'm hoping that common sense is going to prevail.
OSHA bill was on yesterday's Senate order papers for second reading, but the debate was deferred to a later date. You may recall that at the last meeting, opposition leader Patrick Faber raised concerns about home inspections if a domestic worker files a complaint. Leader of government business for the day, Anthony Sylvester Jr., explained what led to this latest delay.
It was only late yesterday that we were able to have responses to some of the comments from senators that were handed in, and I don't think that would have afforded senators sufficient time to be able to adequately prepare for today. And so we're asking if that bill could be deferred to a later date.
May we also be clear that we are not going to have the benefit of the technical people even now as it is further deferred, because what transpired was that we left a meeting with these technical people with the understanding that there would be a second one, which was cancelled, and we still have not had the benefit of asking questions directly, albeit, Madam President, I am aware that the notice of the cancellation of that second meeting came with an invitation for us to put forward in writing any concerns we might have. But I'm sure that colleagues will agree with me that it's not the same as having the benefit of the technical people here in the chamber.
Yes, you are right in that we did have a meeting with the technical experts, and the technical experts at that meeting had asked for some time to review the comments, observations, questions that were posed. They have since responded. That came in yesterday, and the adequate time will be given for that review by senators. Thereafter, at a subsequent meeting of the sitting of the Senate, will be called. The debate will continue because it was suspended, will continue. The bill will then be committed to the Committee of the Whole, and at that time, if it is deemed necessary, you will have to review all the comments, observations, responses to questions, and thereafter, if we deemed it necessary, then the technical experts can be invited back to the Committee of the Whole.
And that is our news package for this morning, the 4th day of June 2026. We have more news coming up around 12 o'clock after the morning stew, another one at 3 o'clock, and a full news broadcast at 5:15. All of this is on CREM Radio. Here on XTV, we bring you the entire news package at 6 o'clock this evening. It's now 10 minutes to 7 o'clock. A short break. We'll come back and we'll open phone lines for the conversation this morning. As I said, we're expecting a guest a little bit after the 7:30 break. and we hope you will stay tuned for that.
Informative, accurate, current information. CREM's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and our phone lines are now open at 280-5848, 280-5848, and you are welcome to call and to weigh in this morning on the issues affecting you. 280-5848. We had a call earlier, and he called ahead of time, so we have to... Welcome, caller.
Salam alaikum, my brother.
Wa alaikum assalam, sir. How are you?
I'm here doing great. Thanks, Almighty, for health and strength.
Indeed. I'm glad you called, brother. I was expecting your call.
Yeah, brother Nuri. It's not a pretty call, though.
No. It's never pretty.
It's not a peaceful call.
Uh-huh.
And it's not a call asking for forgiveness.
All right.
It's a call of awareness. Brother Nuri, I know you've been doing your own follow-up, right? For the past couple of days for the Monka mess we're in and going through. Brother Nuri, we are failing as a society. I am here to say it. I feel uncomfortable saying it, but we are failing as a society, Brother Nuri. Are you with me?
I'm hearing you clearly, brother.
Brother Nuri, from the time let me put it a better way. Brother Nuri, if you could recall the murder of the two minor. I am not saying that the individual when they pick up, he did it, but he alleged that he did it. Alright? But that makes me sit down and think, Brother Nuri. Think, and it takes me way back for all the youths in our society where we lose sick of gun violence, sick of gang activity, sick of personal issues and abuse. But I know we're feeling as a society when even heads of government are feeling the threat. Even the heads of government have to look over their own shoulder. Brother Nuri believes is not going back. Listen to me, make I tell us something. Instead of we're going front way, Brother Nuri, we're going back way. The back way where they go. We could possess a man. He should put their bed and analyze to youth. They claim to say a sick out cycle. We don't want to believe that. But that's what the investigation lead to. We could possess one man, Brother Nuri, one man versus kids. I try to figure out and hope and pray to accuse this brother that he don't got no kids. I don't want to tell myself I'll keep bigger kids. But I knew that man could have made grand and walk up the young boy, lash up there. But that's the way you lead to. That's the way we become. What type of people we? You know what type of people we? We are going back way. We're taking everything for granted. We're not paying attention to the things that can help us and guide us and protect us. We are paying attention to the wrong things. And that's the way how we lead with kids. You hear the word I use? We can Allah, we can none of we save. That's the way how we guide with kids. They say the sin that the parents fall upon the child. There's not a village no more to raise kids, Brother Nuri. In fact, it's the village that is taking advantage of our kids in every area.
Yeah.
We have some horrible people out there, Brother Nuri. And I tell you, right, they always tell me this. It's night could have made turn to pay, brother Nuri. You know much people when I get there, get caught with their hand in a cookie jar. They were really told the face every day, every day, every day. And I know you got your 2 cents for LIU, will that crash? But you know what the question is that no. What do you expect supposed to be the outcome of that? But anyway, crime gone sky high. But anyway, healthcare get out of control. There is no, do we have an ombudsman?
No.
Which didn't make no sense anyway. Because you put an ombudsman or ombudswoman in a position, it can't do nothing anyway. It's powerless. Do we have, well anyway, this is the big one I want to ask you. Do we have any, what they call themselves, activists? Be honest, do we have any activists? Well, I say you see what real activists step up to the plate. The only activists we got right now are activists who are interested in their personal adventure, character, and behavior. They're the only activists we got. Then we go opposition. We're crippled. I don't see them walk again right now. They're paralyzed. Then we go on leadership. We ignore in society, ignore the real issues, the real problem. Why? Because the problem they took. Because they took the disciples they sit at the table, they quarrel against each other. For what? For what? Hustle. Don't care how you try to pretty it. Don't care how you try to go wrong it. It's a reality. But I know with its fail. With its fail as a society, we can bluff up with chest and talk proud. Even with international people, we sit down at the heads of table, everyone invite me. We don't want it to be, we don't want it to sit outside of me. That should be a shame, brother Nuri. Because we the people, we love. We are peaceful people. We are people who could come together and make it happen. We are those type of people. That's the generation we come from. But today, we say June what?
The 4th. You know something, you know, Brick, I listened to you closely, my brother, and I listened to you with Mose the last couple of days. And you're there on the same tone. And I said to myself, how do you put a clean glass next to this dirty glass where this brother they talk about? Because if you say that we are becoming a colder society, it's true. If you're saying that we becoming a society we're so angry that the slightest little thing send we into a rage, you're right. If you say a government-supported program that is supposed to intervene and deal with these young men is on the ropes and looking bad, you're right. If you say that we're in a situation where once again we lock up them man for an SOE and it look as though we fail in that area, you're right. So there's no one that can come and try put one clean glass next to these obvious problems from the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister's wife recognizes that Belize is in a very, very difficult moral position right now. I don't think we're much different than any other country where they go through the financial pressures because these world dynamics taking place like fuel, etc., etc. They're not just we that go through that. The whole world they go through that because of the behavior of the leaders of this world. Not because there's a scarcity, but because of the definition when they put on world politics is making it scarce. It's not that the ground know they produce the oil and the oil is not available. It is how they're marketing that whole process brings a pressure on the world. because Iran enough of we enemy, Hezbollah enough of we enemy. We shouldn't get caught up in that, but we are. And as a result of that, it brings pressure on us. We already were a struggling society trying to come out of colonialism. Scarcity was one of our major problems. And now with this oil situation, it makes it more. No. That kind of pressure not only bring problems to the people, so-called leaders at the top, but it's more a problem for us on the one-on-one, people to people. Now, brother, when I heard about this thing, about this man over a little small, we would call insignificant thing that he could have handled in a different way, that then two boys would get killed like that, you know, you have to ask yourself, I mean, I am aware of that because I deal with that kind of work, you know that, Brick. But they always shock you when you realize that this is not a big thing. This is a very small thing that should not cost a life. But it did. And you don't really get solution to these matters. Because in the old days, if you kill, especially if you kill and there are witnesses and people know it, you're going to hang. But we have lost that. That is not even a deterrent anymore. You got a situation now where man make statement like, I want to take one charge for you. In other words, I'm going to jail for you. That should not even be on our tongue. But that's the mentality where we are now. The glass is very dirty. And it's hard to put a clean glass next to it and say, we are not that. We are this. So we have work to do individually, Brick. Individually. Because you could say that you calm and you are all right, and then somebody step on your toe and you go crazy. You don't understand where your craziness thing come from. You wouldn't normally do that. And maybe sometime you don't know, like Ms. Koi says, that we've been looking at a generation of people who are genetically affected by what we have been absorbing, a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol and a lot of these things that have distorted certain people's thinking process. And then we were not given an educational orientation to make we think through problems. We confront problems with violence. We don't know how to talk out problems. Like you mentioned, we don't know if we go and say, boy, when me think then day, man, come on, man, you say, man, pay me, man, look here, man, come and we do something like you say, maybe even get into a fistic thing. But to kill? So yeah, I can't find no clean glass to put next to the dirty glass for you to present right now, Brick.
But I know really.
And it's sad to say that, if I could make that one more point there, boy, my brother, it's sad to say that, because I believe and I'm convinced that we got more good people in our country than we got bad people. But the bad has become so bad, and the good have become so silent and intimidated, that we are just sitting back and say, I know I wouldn't do that. I know my son, my brother, we wouldn't do that. But people out there, they do that. And then people, they get more attention than we, you know. So, anyway, I'm sorry to take away your time, brother. Go ahead.
But really blow off my roof when I know I watch government, opposition and the leading party. I watch there is that time, Brother Nuri, in the spirit of election where everybody have one strong unity, one strong presence, one strong appearance. I watch that both sides. But you know, I can't understand how today everybody gets so cocky and you can't address. When I really even come and pretend like you care, it work for your society, even but I knew you got some part of the world that the Prime Minister get up every day and address the public.
Yeah, exactly. Chavez used to have a daily show there in Venezuela where every morning he addressed his public and his public would call him. We've never seen that in Belize, you know. But I said something too, Brick, I don't want to take away your time, but you know, I could remember, and I know I call no name, there are certain politicians, you talk about activists, they were like activists. When the other party was in, they were calling almost on a daily basis, criticizing those things. You remember those times, right? Yeah. Criticizing what was going on.
We're not sitting in the activists where I say at that time, they care about everything, nothing about past, and they don't address it. So they care. Right?
It's a situation where, my brother, in a way, I don't know, I completely blame this because politics is a process and a thing where all we have to deal with. We're trying to find the best way to deal with this concept what we call democracy. It sounds good, this democracy sounds good in theory. It basically says that the majority rule. And it basically said that it is the people voice that select the leaders, and when they send the leaders to Belmopan, the leaders then supposed to work for them. But somehow, while we call it one democracy, the electoral process become like one puppy show. Because when I voted for you as my representative. And then if I, that is taxpayer, I don't say taxpayer a big man, because taxpayer is no big man. Taxpayer is every single person that purchased something in this country on this basis of GST. And by the way, the GST is telling us that the ordinary poor person and worker pay more proportionately in taxes than the so-called wealthy. Now the wealthy give more in terms of volume, but they also got more. But the poor got one small amount, and we have to give out of that small amount. So the statistics people say, that central bank I'm talking about, say that when you look at the statistics, poor people give more money in taxes. So if we are paying you, how come the democracy is not practiced to the point where we could call you to check because you work for me? But somehow along the line, the democracy becomes one big thing during the election time. The promises are there. You sit down in my house, you eat my food just to, you're on big time, but you still can't eat my food because you want to convince me and my family that you really care for me. But when you get in your air-conditioned, barely could see your face vehicle, and you ride past me, you're the same person where you used to show one concern for me. So you could understand why people get so cynical, why they cuss out politicians, why they cuss out the government, why when they're in opposition, they cuss out their colleagues across the row, across the floor. It's because of this thing we call democracy that it seems almost like one puppy show. And I am not saying this government, it's a game we continue to play. You know, we say this thing changed after independence, but what has changed after independence is that the same colonial structure now has new people in there, but that same distance where the white man used to play with we and we can't see and he lived at for show and he lived at home park and everything. The same thing to go on now. That you're distancing yourself from the people who are the people that put you there, and it's hard for us to access you. That's the way people are saying.
Brother Nuri, one of the most ridiculous stupid behavior I ever see. With our chairman, our head of the police department, gone after it for just one of the stupidest behavior to people who got power. Me ever see in my book that is ridiculous. But I don't make a open your eye on something. You see the start at home there? Nuri?
Yes, man, I watch it.
All right, make I tell you something about the start at home now. The guy good, the guy bad. The good is that people life to change. Right? That's the one. But how it change? If you're doing if you're off one area, but you really have a monk at the house there, you can't have access to the house there. It might look like that. They house they look like they don't run already, they don't got name already for it the way how they nearly give away. You know the sad part about it, they know they tell these same people who they find they living at some living condition, who knows, maybe financially that was the issue why they're living in a condition but it's not just giving credit, is that maybe they're not telling people not at all, brother, and I think they tell them, but they don't mention it in a commercial. That's how they pay back for these songs. They're getting songs rather than like a rent for one.
Yeah, but that was clear though, but Brick.
That's a problem too.
Yeah.
That's a problem in our way part. That's just like any business where they give their people. They do run up, and people can't pay for it. You understand?
Yeah, but listen.
Open their people eyes, make their people know listen to me. And well, I do know that they make them know that. But if you're in a if you're in a lake, you can't get a house for the air representative in a mix up. You can't get a house for the air representative. I just tell you how you set up. And they make a note if you apply, they tell you apply the air rep.
Yeah. Well,
you understand?
Make I tell you where I hear. And if I am not mistaken, I heard this from the Minister Julius himself over 5 years ago, that there's a certain amount of house, they can't be loud, but they got a certain amount of house. And then they divide it up into constituency. And for example, they would tell Pickstock, you got so much, you will take, you got so much, Mesopotamia, you got so much, this is how I understand. But yet you still had a very strict woman in that ministry there, Miss Alamia, where go through one whole thing there to make sure that the house not just end up in anybody's hand. And she's very strict lady in that ministry to make sure. But when you go in a one of their house there, and I don't got no brief for them, and I don't got no public relations with them, but I have to speak the truth because I interacted with them on these matters. You know they get the house for free, you know. As a matter of fact, going all the way back to when they used to give away houses in different areas, they always told people, you go on rent for pay or on ownership for pay. Even if the $5 a month, you have to pay. But then some people, not everybody, because some people religiously get there and pay their money every month. But you got some people who got an entitlement mentality that, well, you owe me this. You're the government, I elect you. You owe me this is for me. In the sense that this is for me, I don't have to pay for it. And so we have to correct ourselves when it comes to that likewise, Brick. Don't make a hold you back though. Go ahead and make your final point before.
Back to my main topic, Brother Nuri.
Yeah.
Leadership, now a funny thing.
Yeah.
Leadership, now a good thing. Leadership, that understanding. Leadership, that simplicity. Tell me that word there, right? But it boils down to, Brother Nuri, I always said it. If you even come and tell me what a lie, show me that you're clear. I've been here and address, I've been here the government of the day. Address the HO the lady last week, we find his son, the last time, find his son. She gonna look for his son, she has some people. I've been here and address the murder with the Libra and I'm here and address the problem with happening down south. Everyday issues, everyday problem.
Yeah.
We're wrong for you to just come and talk to your people. You know when you talk to your people and they focus more and the understanding get wider.
Yeah.
But when you ignore your people, it's like in your house. If your mother and your papa abuse you and build you how they want, what you expect from the world? What you expect from the world? If you're in charge of our country, talk to your people. I bet I could put my last check. The last time all them man park their vehicle and take a walk in the community to just see the condition and the position the people go through in the community.
Yeah.
I challenge anyone of them.
Well,
some of them are living in a community, you know.
Yeah.
But you could live in your community. You don't sleep in your community because by the end of the day, you're so busy you build a home.
Yeah.
You see here when you go in your community, you see here. But if you make an appearance, give people hope, strengthen people, give people a courage and a strength to believe once again that what? Somebody do care. You know when I see so many people there? That funeral.
Yeah.
And that is a connect.
Yeah. But brick, make I use. I want to lose. Yeah, got you, bro. Yeah.
We live in our society where by the end of the day, right now, as I speak, there is not a care feeling. We like what? 65% of the people in our we society we care about what they want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why? Why? Because they lose hope. We become a society where we take crime in our hands. Because the police department got issue, government department got issue. You know, the utilities in a real point. Without no shame.
Yeah.
We live in talk. We live in talk with Mr. Tax Collector. Because he abuse it. He chance it. Tax after tax every day. The people they lose hope. They drop their ball, the confidence gone. Believe is not there no more, but I know they don't believe.
No, it is still there.
Yeah, but on the day of election, including myself, because there's no shame in my game, I will be at the poll even if they give me a 50 because I realize maybe that's all I work. I've been raised me like that. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the whole struggle. They get out the struggle. Because if they ring their bell right now and leave feed the people, and leave food to eat, everybody will going to come.
Yeah.
When you come up to society by the end of the day, like we can't survive no more, for God will come back and we believe that money is the way out. We don't worry about health and fitness no more. They bring that worry about no matter where they walk home, sick and okay no more, that's the way to get. Because we know when they say how much surgery or cause, we only have so much days to live. Lose hope.
Yeah.
In the air, everybody breathing. Everybody breathing. Lose hope.
All right, Brick, you bring us on dirty glass this morning, and yeah, the thing is, I can't throw away the glass, but I could put up one glass next to it where completely clean. But at least it's better than the glass you just pointed us to. I will end by saying I do think that they should take a page from Cesar Chavez, the late leader of Venezuela, who had a daily 2-hour morning program. I think it was 6 o'clock every morning, heard throughout the country of Venezuela. Anybody can call in, criticize him, call on all kind of name, the worst name, but he had to take it because he believed that he was the representative. But it also gave him an opportunity. You could Google this and look at what happened during this period that he was running this program. And it was basically to say, I am your servant. And I have a responsibility to respond to you as your servant. And if we had that level of humility, I guess we thin skin. We don't want, as you saw, a minister just took up a matter where a person criticized him. We have to remember what George Price said, if I could go back and quote the first premier. If you can't take the heat in at the kitchen, then stay out. This is enough for you. Because the reality is that them people out here where you to try to lead is not always going to be, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, I love you and everything is all right. They want to look for every opportunity to call you to check. So I'm saying, maybe once a month or every so often, you would get the Prime Minister to come here, for example, and to have an open packet. Because you don't do all bad, so there has to be somebody who want to call and say, yes, you do good too, but somebody else want to call and say, you do bad. And so that kind of balance there is what your thick skin should be able to deal with. But I believe that were you to implement something like that over a period of time, you would at least get people to say, well, make we listen Monday night. You come on Monday night, make you hear what you have to say on Monday night. That is the Prime Minister or whoever is that minister that particular night. And then he will field all the questions and the criticisms, etc., that he comes with him. Yeah, I got it. Our guest is here. So I'm saying that we can't wake up tomorrow with no changes. In other words, we just want to do tomorrow what we do today. And when you come and check we next week, we just to do the same thing when we do this week, next week. Then how do we expect to change? And I'm talking individually and collectively as a group. And your company or your committee or your community, that is the same principle. If we do the same old, and anticipate that somehow miraculously things won't change, you know go so. You know go so. It's hard to make changes, but changes are necessary when you're trying to get things right. Anyway, it's 7:32 and we'll stop now for Brick City with the 2 cent scam, which is brought to you by Fort Point Security. And our guest, the Honorable Dr. John Sosa, is here with us today, and we're looking forward right after the break.
You're watching WUB, and this is XTV. And big up to our sponsors, 4 Point Security. And as the crime rate go up day by day, hour by hour, and minute by minute, in less than 24 hours, where there are almost 3 or 4 to be corrected. All right? People died of a crime and violence. We could find out how the people feel about state of emergency as that start to kick up. That
their parents need to buckle on by their children. That my 2 cents before the war start.
My 2 cents about the SOE, they need to add more time to the SOE. If they don't add more time, then this crime situation now will stop. Then not only that, the ministers, the government officials need to make a big difference in this, because they're up to there. All this depends on their hand. If they don't make what changes to the law and amend the constitution, the laws and the regulation of the country with this prison system, this judiciary system, it now will stop. Too much slap on the wrist thing, now will work.
Mother's May. Celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Habet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience with the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank does make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Time's ticking fast, future still unknown. Heartbeats in a rush, waiting for that dawn. Dreams are flying high, stars within our reach, chasing glowing lights, mystery.
This scholarship impacted my life in ways I cannot fully explain. Every day reminds me why I continue to work hard and stay focused on my goals. Personally, I am proud that I never gave up on myself. There were many moments when I wanted to quit, moments filled with stress, doubt, and exhaustion, but I kept pushing forward. And standing here today reminds me that every struggle was worth it.
The scholarship helped me become stronger because it gave me something powerful that is called motivation. It has pushed me to set goals, take my studies seriously, and to work towards attaining my objectives, one step at a time. Instead of wondering if I could reach my future, I began making it happen through discipline and effort.
Feel it in the air, it's strong.
To the graduating class of 2026, I want to leave you with this. Never underestimate your potential. Your circumstances do not define your future. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments when things feel impossible, but do not allow temporary struggles to stop you from reaching your dream.
Believe in yourself and stay ready for opportunities because they will come when you prepare for them. Graduates, once again, congratulations. May your hard work continue to open doors. May you stay motivated when life becomes difficult. And may you always remember that you were not brought this far just to stop here.
Hope we're holding tight.
We have done our job through the great job that Restore Belize does. We gave you the runway. You have done yours. You earned the wings. Now, go into this nation and build it, not because the government says so, but because I Am Belize has taught you to do so. On behalf of the Office of the Prime Minister, we salute all you graduates.
It's strong, something big to come. Music starts, it won't be long.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2025 Annual General Meeting at the BEL Corporate Headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway, Belize City, Belize, at 3:00 p.m. on Thursday, June 18, 2026. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification such as a Social Security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's executive chairman or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5:00 p.m. on June 16, 2026. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 501-227-0954, extension 1512.
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now. Introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad in the month of June. Visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie Power Tools, Charbroil Barbecue Grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, Benny's.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
right, welcome back. This is WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on a Thursday morning, and very interesting conversation with our brother Brick, keeping the reality in front of us. But what's going on deeper inside of our psyche, in our brain? What is it that creates the kind of trauma that would cause a man to take a gun and shoot two young boys, kill him? What's going on in our brain? We can't figure it out, because you can't figure it out just by looking at us sometimes. You need diagnostic. You need people who know what creates these kinds of situations. And so I have consistently, over the last maybe 5 or 6 years, invited this professional to come in and to discuss with us. I remember when he first came, we would only talk about dementia and forgetfulness, etc. But we've gone much deeper now, and I thank him for coming to the studio maybe every 4 months or so to give us an update. And of course, you know I'm talking about Dr. John Sosa, a neurologist. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, Nuri.
I appreciate it all the time.
Good morning to all.
I really appreciate your being here all the time. Let me say to you directly, as I gave you that introduction, that when we talk in Belize nowadays about poverty, violence, school failure, crime, etc., we are only looking at the surface of these things, not realizing that underneath there is another situation going on. 2 weeks ago, we had Dr. Michael Medina that shared with us some of the psycho aspects of it, not dealing with the actual brain itself. But from your neurological standpoint, what is happening to the brain of a child that is raised in a chronic stress situation with fear, with hunger, noise, trauma? How does he eventually end up as a child?
So, morning again, and morning to all, and thank everyone for listening again. Basically, your brain is what we call malleable, like rubber. So you can mold it when you're younger much more easily than when you're older. Your brain is always working and always connecting, but when you're younger, it does it at a much higher level. So when you have a young child with a brain that can be molded in different ways, you don't want to have that child, in a sense, traumatized, because down the road, it has consequences. So a brain depends on your genetics, on your environment, on your upbringing, right? On if you're rich or poor, what kind of school you go, how your parents behave, how your peers behave, how your family behave. All kind of things make you yourself, right? Everything makes you a person. But unfortunately, sometimes, because it don't happen to everybody, but it happens to some people, in a sense, we brain weaker. I don't know why we're weaker, our brain work really different sometimes. And then things occur that affect you down the road. You get one thing called post-traumatic stress disorder, or you have anxiety disorder, or you already have underlying the disorders like autism, where people don't notice, or attention deficit, where people don't notice. And things go wrong, right? So if you go to jail right now, you got autistic people in there, you got hyperactive people in there, right? Who nobody ever diagnosed.
Yeah, I see.
And they gone the wrong way, I end up in a jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So the thing is, early intervention at all levels, at a social level, right? Meaning school, home, family, and you have to start to intervene from early. So you have kids out there now, 13, 14, 15, they start to enter gangs, start to do food. You can't change that again, that you get stuck. You have young men out there, late teens, early 20s, for their brain done tired. You give them $1 million and tell them come do this job, right, in your career, and they can't do it. They can't make $1 million. They start work and 10 minutes later the brain don't tired. The brain is used to doing nothing, right? You develop a brain in a certain way, and it might sound bad the way you say it, but then it can't work. So you don't lose that. So the time to intervene, that when you're less than 5 or 7 years old, right? Because a person like they big into interventions and rehab and all that, fine, and some people could get help. But you take that same person, 9 out of 10 of them when you carry them back to work, they want to slide right back, they just can't. Their brain don't go a certain way. They don't make a certain way.
There's no reversal for that?
It's hard to reverse.
Wow.
Because your connections and your memories have been made.
Yeah.
Right?
But how is it that some people, let's deal with religious conversion, for example, who are heading down a path almost like a dark hole, and then they see the light with knowledge and they change their behavior, and then you don't even know that they had that traumatic experience. Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible.
It is possible.
Everything possible if you believe in something strong enough.
Okay.
But how many people like that are there percentage-wise?
I see.
Percentage-wise, the vast majority that no one happen.
Okay.
They want to fall back. Okay. And want to see it. That's why you have repeat people in a jail, for example.
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you want to try, but you have to believe in something deeply enough that you change yourself
so
as best as possible.
It is the transformation can be made based on how strongly you believe in whatever you believe in, and not just that you just have an overnight conversion.
Exactly.
It has to be something deeply spiritual. I want to use this opportunity, Doctor, to talk to you as an expert on a very sad situation, and that is the child in the vehicle of Dr. Bonilla. And the sadness of that situation, everybody is focusing on him, and that he is who he was. But the child now,
truthfully, when you get traumatized like that, most times you got some kind of damage for life. That not go nowhere. That won't affect you.
Yeah.
Right? You want to grow up on everything, but that won't affect you.
That's close up, isn't it? Close up.
Yeah, that is a violent death in front of you, of a parent. That's the worst thing could happen to you.
And I believe she's only about 5, if that.
Yeah, that's the worst thing could happen to you. So that damages you.
But doctor, people are in war. We see the Gaza, we see the Sudan, we see people who are seeing at a young childish age death, violence. What happens with those people?
That's why the violence gets perpetuated. Because when that happens, the human nature says, well, when I get big, I'm going to have revenge. And the cycle continues. It's like here. I want revenge. What they do to me and to my family, I have to do back.
Retaliate.
Right? So the only way you could get rid of that to actually change a total society or get that person out and carry on somewhere else to live.
But I bring my daughter or my brother's daughter who has just experienced that trauma. Where do we start? With the neurologist or with the psychologist?
No, you start with a mental health person,
yeah.
Could be social worker, psychologist, therapist, or counselor.
All right.
How you usually start.
And she would have to start from very, very early. I mean, right now.
You start from the beginning.
Yeah.
The earlier, the better.
So, from your clinical experience, you're not psychology, but from your knowledge, how do you approach something like that? And I'm not now talking about Dr. Bonilla's daughter. I'm talking about other children in the community that have witnessed watching a dead body on the ground, and that child is not more than 5 or 6 years. When do we start to deal with that child?
So actually, the way you do it, your input should be immediate.
Immediately.
You're supposed to start to try help that person, the kid, the child, right away, to learn how to confront different situations. Right? How to deal with different situations, even though they're very small.
Yeah.
You have people who do that. That's why you have child psychologists, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to convince that person that they don't have to stay traumatized by what happened, right?
Yeah.
But that takes time, and that not mean a one session. that are over, sometimes for years, that they adapt and become, in a sense, normal in reactions to certain situations.
Before we get to clinical things, and I do want to go down the list of what I want to discuss with you, but we're right in the middle now of SOE, the trauma of stopping the LIU program, the impact psychologically that will have on a part of our population, these young men. One good amount of the society say that good for them, they should not be doing that anyhow, government may waste money. But a lot of them are desperately in need of that, though small amount of money, it is sometimes the only money within the make. Now I know some people say, and I can tell you it's not true, that most of them man just to take the money to go buy weed and go buy gun and so on and so on. So that is not true. Those on the ground, those of us on the ground know that is not the case. Even though you do have some that is like that, it is not the majority. When do we start to counsel, relate with young males that are going through those kinds of issues? We can't leave it to the politician because he reads from a different hymn sheet. We may not even be able to leave it to the ordinary social worker who has limited training. It would seem to me that if we're talking about real trauma, we have to go to experts. We have to go to people who know what's going on. What would you advise?
Okay, so this is the thing here, right? We're people of habits. We got all kind of different habits. So if I get used to something, right, and then it's no longer there, I have to replace that something with another thing, hopefully better, right? So if I get used to anything, right, you call that a habit. So I get used to, for example, when pay me for being a certain kind of program and I have to behave a certain way. That develops a habit in me. If you take that away and you don't replace it with something similar or better, I won't have a problem, right? And if you're in a situation where you live poor, things go wrong every minute, you don't have options of education to pull yourself out, you don't have a good family structure, you're going to find out that, why I just going to do the wrong thing for trying to make some money, right? Whatever it is. So what you have to do is replace any program with something that helps or that assists. So if you want to stop something, you just can't stop and think that can be it. That no works so.
You can't stop it abruptly.
That no works so. That no works so for people. Nobody, not even me, that no works so. You have to get it replaced, right? But whatever, I don't know what are the replacement, but you have to get it replaced. Because that's how our brain works, right? Our brain works that, for example, I get up in the morning, I do X, Y, Z, I go to work, I get this done, right? I might have lunch, do again, it's the same thing every day. And your brain gets used to a pattern, right? And it's a pattern of behavior. If you interrupt that pattern, the behavior changes. And people don't realize that thing. So you stop something, you might have an outbreak of violence if nothing else not get replaced. Because people get desperate and they have to live and they have to eat. And most times they want to get kids who have to eat. And like what you say, a lot of time when they do that, actually they spend money on it, depending when they got for trying to get something for eat. That's the bottom line, you know, you have to eat.
There's a fact.
So you have to figure out, how do I replace something that I take away? Now, can society help? Yes, you could assist. You could have programs. People could get like food banks, not like food banks, for example. And you have people who got the money could do food banks. Because actually, you have people believe with millions of dollars and just put it up or invest in a thing. But they don't invest in people. Most times, right?
Well, I'm going to come back and ask you to talk about that, because there is also a level of our society where we could do better. But we say, man, make government do that. I don't mean to do that. Make government do that. Yet, as you said, I might have tons and tons and tons of money just sitting there. I could take even only percentage of that and do only personal pantry. I could sit.
Well, very rich people all over the world do give away money.
Yeah.
But you know who they give money to? Political parties and politicians.
Yeah. To
if I give you $1 million down the road, I'm your contract's worth 100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
That happens all over the world.
But I'm talking about, is it realistic? I mean, we know when we talk about religious impulses, but does it exist outside of religious clusters that you have individuals? I mean, I've seen it in storybooks in America, where a person say, well, guess what? I don't have $50 million here, and I know I'll lose $1 million if I just rotate that $1 million, continue to take $10,000 each time and give people $100 food bag out there. And I want you to tell them where it come from, but I know where I do. Isn't that a reality?
So actually the biggest donors of money in this world, right, to poor people, or for programs for poor people to help them uplift,
yes,
are very secular rich people.
Indeed.
But they're very secular, they're not religious.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
And if you go to like Europe, and especially Northern Europe, they're very secular people, they're not religious at all. And they do the most for their people in giving back.
So we need to do that. And we need to know that there's
so we have to have
we're wealthy, and then they do that kind of thing that they do.
you have to try to help people, because you are dead left it anyway. You can't spend all of it. And family can't, you have generational wealth, you can't spend it.
You know that part of the problem is scarcity, and you know part of the problem where you see exists in the society where you live is a part of that scarcity. How could you still be so mean-spirited that I know and take one part of where I have and try and relieve the pressure off of the system? We'll come back and talk about that when we come back, and we'll take our break now.
I was in Belmopan, then I used to go do my NHI in Belize. Then I came back home in Palma, and when I found out that NHI was here, I said, right, that's the perfect thing for me. So I don't have to travel, you know? It's very affordable. That's the main point. And you don't have to wait too long. You know, sometimes you go to hospital, you have to go from the morning, whole day there. So, but you come to the NHI at your clinic, you have access for doctors, you do your blood tests, urine tests, everything. I mean, it's very, very affordable. So if they not take the opportunity, they don't want nothing. The doctors, them, the nurses, oh my, they are so, you could question them. They give you answer to everything, and well, me, I see good result. And I have no complaint with the NHI itself. No complaint.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Do you think we got a deal?
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank does make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Member owners of St. John's Credit Union Limited, mark your calendars. Join us for the 80th Annual General Meeting on Saturday, June 13, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's all happening at St. Catherine Academy's Mercy Center Auditorium on Marine Parade Boulevard, Belize City. Your voice matters. Come take part in the discussion on our transformation, member benefits, and plans. Registration starts at 8 a.m. Come out, cast your vote, and help shape your credit union's future. Plus, get ready to win prizes throughout the event. For 80 years, St. John's Credit Union has stood with its member owners. Now, we look ahead to the next chapter. Together, you're more than a number. You're a member owner. St. John's Credit Union Limited. Safe saving, smart borrowing.
Catoos Construction Materials, mile 14 on the Philip Goldston Highway, Belize District, Belize. Catoos Construction Materials, supply and deliver. Concrete mix, $60 per cubic yard. Sand and gravel, $50 per cubic yard. Plaster sand, $40 per cubic yard. Black soil, $40 per cubic yard. Sand fill, $20 per cubic yard. And clay fill, $20 per cubic yard. We also sell crushed stones and more. Give us a call at 662-7577 or 637-0837. Catoos Construction Materials. Quality at unbeatable prices. Rates on delivery may vary.
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Abet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
All right, welcome back. Our guest this morning is the learned doctor of neurology, Dr. Sosa, and we will open up the phone lines in the latter part, but just give us a few more minutes that we can talk with him. We've been talking somewhat about the crime situation, Doctor, but I also want to be able to go into areas that you have dealt with before. And one of those areas that you have touched in the past has been this issue of stroke. I think that no matter how many times we talk about it, people still don't know how to identify a coming stroke. So if you will tell us what first makes a person vulnerable or a client for a stroke, if you know watch it or she know watch it, and then he is my father, my uncle, my brother, he's in the house with me, what should I look for that would indicate that a stroke is coming? And thirdly, how much time do I have to get him to a professional to address the matter of his stroke, please?
Okay, so when it comes to stroke, we have what we call risk factors.
Okay.
So I believe we got a lot of risk factors. So if your pressure is too high, if your sugar too high, if you have high cholesterol, triglycerides, if you're just too big, right?
Yes.
And I believe we got a lot of people with high pressure, high sugar, obese, uncontrolled lipids, right? We eat bad. We live bad in a sense. And then we have I know it's word idiosyncratic. We have a thing that I believe that people just don't like take medication and believe in other things, which may or may not work. So I see people and I say, but doc, I drink my garlic or eat my garlic every day. But too much people I know say they eat garlic, they stroke. It's a false belief that the garlic can bring down your pressure.
Oh, wow.
Maybe if it's so high, maybe, but no one is so high, like what happened in Belize. Or they got high sugars, and they do all kind of leaf and thing, which may help a little bit, but the sugar is still high. So that's another treatment. Then we have very improper diets. So you have a lot of risk factors in this country, as all over the world. So every day you have multiple people presenting with strokes, right? Either the pressure go too high and they're bleeding in their head, or the arteries get blocked up and then they get a stroke. So when it comes to identifying a stroke, the NADI program when they do all over the world, what they call FAST, that they try to educate people, right? Like what we are trying to do right now. So you ask the person to make you see how your face look. So you can show maybe their teeth if they can understand, or if they can close or open their eye, for see if they got one weakness on their face. You ask them for lift up their hand, for see if one hand weak on the next hand, right? You have to see how they talk, if they speech all right. And the key is you have to get them timely to the hospital. That's the next problem nowadays. Most people don't get in time to the hospital when they go on stroke. Because if you get in time, the
is
possibility...
Is it because it's too far, or...?
Then just not think about it. Then stay home all day before they go to the hospital.
So then
it's still
fine and it's still...
They just stay home. A lot of people do that, right? Because the faster you get, the more intervention you could do to try to help with your stroke.
Yes, of course.
Right? But most time people come when the thing don't happen, they don't paralyze. You can't do nothing again. Only therapy and try to control pressure and sugar. It don't happen. That gone.
Yeah, yeah.
That
So
we try to prevent the other one.
You're in a stroke.
Yeah, that done.
All right. Okay.
So the person at home have to notice if, and most people notice anything, if your face twisted, if your strength in your hand are not the same, if your speech sound different, and then try to get to that place, you know?
So FAST.
Right. But they have other things that you can also notice, like for example, why they got double vision for whatever reason, or feel drunk, or they walk sideways, or not they coordinate good. These things are cool. Or you know, a lot of time people try to get out and bed the morning and fall right up, they kind of paralyzed from one side and never realize it. And things like that happen.
Keeps staying in their sleep.
In and sleep.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So how much time do you have to get to the hospital?
So we have one thing we call a stroke protocol, we can give medication, which unfortunately is not available in public hospitals.
Oh.
We call that thrombolysis, so that special medication, where I'm a clot buster, for bust the clot in your brain, that the blood flow again, for try improve you.
So if
but
you
the
go
public
to the
system,
private medical facility,
they have
that, but you can't.
Well, not all private, a couple privates, but the public no got. They don't exist. And they're expensive. So if you go in a public with the stroke just to start, your car and the public don't have it, and you don't got the money for buy the thing, you'll get a stroke anyway. That's another sad situation, no?
Wow.
A lot of other things will happen in Belize, that's one of them. Because if you come within 4.5 hours, usually we say 3, that's like the best option within 3 hours, but up to 4.5, you will get a medication for unblock your stroke.
Okay.
And then you sleep hopefully better.
Yeah.
It don't always work either, but it work one at a time. And then the stroke disappears because they take away the clot, where they block the flow of blood in your brain.
What is the cost of that, by the way, roughly?
I think that must be about $5,000 to $10,000 for one treatment.
For that one shot?
Yeah.
$5,000 to $10,000.
Yes, sir.
So most of us want to on that list now because
well, you can't pay for it.
I know that you can't even credit that. No true. Wow.
But so this is where the public system comes in.
Yeah.
If they could buy only 3-4 doses of the thing, you might help somebody, no? You with me? 3-4 doses less than one Land Cruiser, much less.
3-4 doses, you talk about $30,000, and then just keep that.
Much less than one new car, right?
But one of those that will save the person, or that
much less than one electric car. So government must buy one 3-4 doses.
So it's the value of what you're really talking about.
The value of life.
Yeah, whether or not we have that value. Yeah. So it's important that we recognize, look at the face, that could give you an indication. Look at the speech, that could also indicate to you what's going on. The hands.
Weakness
is weak, and all of those things should say, get that person to hospital, medical help as quickly as possible.
Right.
Now this is a challenge for those of us who live in the villages and etc.
Well, that's the next thing.
Then sometimes you can't catch transportation to move from where you want to go to get to the hospital. So stroke becomes one of the ailments that we see a lot of Belizeans having, walking around, one hand gone.
Or just stay home, can't go nowhere.
You can't, you're lucky, and you know, and.
So the biggest, in a sense, medical bill people have home, they're going to get one stroke. Bigger than everything else.
Wow.
The cost of society of younger people who could be working and get stroke is huge.
So when you say younger persons, how young can it be? Because we always associate stroke.
No, well, you could get stroke from you're a baby, from an infant, for different reasons.
No, I mean, recently have you seen
most people, but most people that believe they get stroke late 40s, 50s. Right? Then still could work. They're still productive.
So if you are a diabetic and hypersensitive, you should be in that category where you have to watch yourself very carefully.
You have to take care of yourself good.
Yeah, watch yourself carefully. Then we have drinkers, smokers, people with that.
All of that complicated thing.
So all of that will make it even worse.
Yeah.
Make it even worse. All right. This is a caller insisting that they talk to you, doctor. So I'll take this call early. Yeah, welcome, caller. Yeah, welcome, caller, welcome.
Not here, yo.
All right, good. So let us go ahead and take our next break, and when we come back, we'll open the phone lines officially, and we can begin from there.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad in the month of June. Visit a Benny's near you and get store-wide discounts on selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, oh, Benny's.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then we just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
I'm feeling so happy for getting this house, as I've lived in this house, in the next house for many years. So I'm appreciative Mr. Munsa for letting me get it.
They started talk about how they help out people with house and things and variety, and in a couple weeks time, the young lady come and say, "Oh no, I get on a house." Well, we feel so happy because we actually need, because the house over my house made a leak, and it looked like Mr. Karim get a message and he heard to cry, and he said, "Well, building people house."
I was speaking with her son this morning, and it's been 40 years coming, and to have this moment finally arrive, it's not just a relief for Miss Peters and her husband, but also for her children who want their mother to be in a safe home, a secured home. And today I am extremely proud. This is one of those rewarding moments as an area representative, because the government has such a successful, impactful housing program that's affecting lives all across this country. And today we are just extremely happy and proud to deliver this home to a very deserving mother, Miss Peters.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican link-up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican link-up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now, introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you out right now. When I this daily? For 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Welcome back. We have in our house today Dr. John Sosa, neurologist, a man who makes the issue of medical and mental health, and he puts it in plain language, so it's easy to relate, easy to understand. So we'll open the phone line now at 280-5848, 280-5848. Doctor, I want to go back to the idea now of dementia. Every time you come, you deal with the subject of dementia, but clearly dementia, to my mind, is one of those hidden problems that we have in Belize. Our ego, and maybe it's a man problem, but I believe it's a collective ego problem. We don't like to tell people when we're sick. We try to hide it. And dementia is something that you can hide in the beginning because it just appears that, boy, I forget. But tell us about because you shared before that there's a mild, there is I guess the middle of it would be medium, moderate, and then you got severe. Please walk us through all of those in a way that your listener and viewer right now can relate it to themselves and their family. You might say, oh, I'm too young to get dementia, that don't bother me. But you may have a mother, a father, a brother, sister, someone in your environment that you may need to get this information. Welcome, caller.
Good morning, Nuri. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning. Good morning.
some of the things to prevent having a stroke, what would you recommend?
Okay, so obviously enough, you have to do at least yearly checkups to see how you are. Because later we don't check with pressure, with sugar, with cholesterol and so we don't know. We just think we are right, but we don't really know. So we have to start to get used to doing yearly checkups at least, at any age, truthfully, at any age. So everybody could do a yearly checkup, but you know basically how you are. The other thing is proper nutrition, because the Belize we like eat rich. And so when we like eat too rich, we start to gain weight. And there's a newer thing now where we just can't depend on BMI, because some people who are very muscular could have a high BMI, but they're not obese. And some people who are thinner could have a normal BMI, but actually not because they think they don't got fat on them. So a better thing to use along with BMI is like your waist-hip ratio and your height to your waist ratio. So that's a newer thing that is now happening, that you have guidelines on that kind of thing, right? That one doctor could say, oh, you know what, you're falling into the overweight or obese category because you're using more than just a plain BMI. So I should throw that off for some doctors look into, no, because maybe a lot of doctors don't know about it yet. A new thing will just come out, no? A couple of months now.
Remind me, what is BMI again?
Your body mass index.
Body mass
index.
Okay.
All right. And what I actually just do that's your weight with your height, no, basically. Anyway, so you have to kind of know how much fat you carry, no? And obviously enough, if you're going to leave it too much, you have to watch your diet, your nutrition, and you have to exercise or do some movement.
Would
right?
exercise help?
Exercise helps. But the more important thing to lose weight than what you eat. So make you exercise.
You off the air.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
So for lose weight, it's easier for just watch what you eat. You lower your caloric intake or how much calories you eat. Because if you want exercise and lose weight, you have to exercise 2 hours a day. That's hard, right? For lose enough weight. So you have to exercise 2 hours a day. But any amount of exercise will help you, no? And help your heart to run better. So the important things are to get your checkups and to take care of yourself with what you need.
All right, very quickly, because I know you have to leave here by 9. Here is another call. Welcome, caller.
Good morning, Nuri and Dr. Frusa. This is Sandra Coy.
Yes, welcome, sister.
Doctor, you are being asked to comment on something that has a history of serious structuring, serious implementation in order to guarantee certain outcomes. The illegal economy of the drug trade and by association the gun trade, the industrialization of the production of marijuana, because we've always been growing marijuana, but when we became industrialized, we were going to produce it in vast quantities to sell it to the American market and other markets. That became an industrialized undertaking. And it started in the north. And they needed people to guard the fields, to guard the product. And in the first instance, the people who were used were the migrants coming out of the civil wars of Central America. Hard men who had developed who had an extremely well-developed sense of brutality and all of that. And go back to the history, to the killings and disappearances in Orange Walk and in the north. When the decision was made to bring it to Belize City, they needed a workforce, a civil workforce that was brutal, cruel, mindless, lived in the existential moment, and that is what we are dealing with. So when a woman, many of those boys who have died, Dr. Fusra, the mothers withdrew breast milk from them as babies, literally withdrew it, in order to foster the entire mentality culture that was needed, the brutality culture that was needed. Take a walk down to these city streets and hear how women speak to their boy children. They curse them, holler at them, scream at them. The poor babies look frightened. 2 years, 3 years, they don't know what's happening. And their fathers and the males who are accompanying them deal with them the same way. So, yes, there is a mental problem and all of that and mental health. But, doctor, don't we need a social decision, a decision as a society, to give up the illegal culture that fosters death and arising out of cruelty, brutality? If we don't make that decision, we'll be having this discussion 100 years from now, which isn't logical. So, start with the women. The women who withdraw their breast from their baby's mouth. Start with that. We have to start where really the problem is. And why? Because many women have children with no father around, so especially that first boy child has to become the surrogate father to earn the income. You had Kenneth Flowers in your studio there some years ago,
yes.
And Ken described how he went out selling newspapers and selling bottles to help to support his siblings.
Right.
You had another gentleman, Mr. Rogers, something or other, that gentleman who died. He had that business that rents out mobile toilets and stuff. He described his childhood, his young adulthood in the same way. So when we start to look at this thing really truthfully, only then can a Dr. Sosa and with his extremely developed skills really make a contribution. Otherwise, we're just going to be wasting Dr. Sosa's time. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much. So I don't know if you want to comment on that.
So, a quick comment, right?
Yeah.
My belief, Belize import one drug and gang problem from Central America and the US.
Yes.
We import that, right? So that's where we start from.
Yeah.
Invariably in any country where drugs and gangs are handled, they have to get one system where part we have the bottom, whether the workers do the job, the hard job, whether the hard job, keep people in line and collect the money. So if we keep people in line and collect the money, you have to have enforcers. She used the word brutal, I call it enforcers. So you have to have an enforcement unit. You have to train an enforcement unit. Where do you get an enforcement unit from? Poor people who don't got no other options, right? Because you have a societal breakdown. The society breaks down in their family structure a lot of time, especially in the poorer countries. So what you need to do that make you not have an enforcer unit. You know what you do with that? That is culture and education. Remember what I tell you? Before you're 5 and 7 years old, you have to start to. So what we need is a better system and a better educational system that people not just to stop school because they're bored or can't do it. Right? So that comes to a different thing now. We educate with people wrong. This country should have 9 out of 10 high schools being technical high schools.
Indeed.
They will teach me to fix one light, put in a plumbing system, right? Build a septic, do good construction work.
In other words, we should have IT vets all over the place.
That will 9 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 schools.
Yes, indeed.
That's how you start.
Welcome again, caller. Welcome, caller. Morning, sir.
Morning.
The conversation this morning is very, very, very interesting.
Yes, sir.
And I love what the doctor talked about earlier about an early age.
Yeah.
And what Belize needs to do is to look long term, because we are trying to fix a problem short term, and it will not work. To fix this problem, we need to start from a preschool age to teach our children and engage them in sports, in all levels and all different types of sports. You know, you have basketball, football, volleyball, baseball, track and field, whatever, from a very young age. And by and behold, a lot of people will testify that sport is one of the biggest disciplines for young people. And if we want to see our country change, the government needs to be involved and spend money in sporting activities. And then we will see a change. Not in a year, not in 2 years, 5, 10 years down the road, we will see a different belief. And this is a guarantee. They got to try it. Thank you.
All right then, sir. Good. You want to comment on that before we move on?
So yes, that is a big aspect that that you can invest in, because you have to. Education is not only book education, right? It's also discipline, right? And sports give you discipline, but not only sports. Other things give you, give you discipline. Music give you discipline.
Yes, yes.
All the things we have to invest in now. But I call it the culture part of the education. Remember, I said culture and education.
Very, very important. Right. Listen, Doc, why is it? And I'm asking a sort of a theoretical question now, just based on something that Sandra said. If we are looking for the future of our society, we want to make sure that we have the necessary skilled people, both at the level of academic skills as well as practical, vocational, applicable skills at the grassroots level. Is it possible, and I know it is, but is it possible at this late stage that we could do an assessment of our needs to say that this is what Belize needs in the next 30 years, and make sure that all those necessary topics, training, interventions, etc. will take place in a special period? After we've assessed what we need, we have said these are the areas that need attention, then we go through a 5 or 10 year period of filling those gaps. Do you think realistically that after 10 years of that process, that we will be looking at a lessening of the kinds of problems that we have now? It's a theory I'm asking you, but is it realistic?
Yes, it is realistic.
Okay.
So check this out. You've had multiple consultants come to Belize. They pay a lot of money, millions of dollars, for the programs of how Belize can improve in different areas. Health, sports, education, whatever, social issues. And they do plans, pretty, fancy, doable. And guess what happened? Nobody follow the plans. Because it's not to a political or business convenience to follow that plan, right? So they present these plans to different governments, and the plans get shelved. They're not followed. So nothing happened. But you have had plans presented before. We tell you, boy, this is the pathway where might be the best way for make you go, and there is a pathway set out. So when people start to come and set out different pathways that you can follow, you could try to pick the best of those pathways and do it for yourself. But you have to have an invested interest in it. You have to have political will, right? That's where power start. So if you don't have an invested interest in how you're supposed to go, you know what happened. That has been presented before multiple times, right?
So what you're really saying then is that what I just suggested has been done.
Exactly.
It's just that
it's
on some shelf somewhere.
Nobody follow it.
They know exactly what should have been done 10 years ago, but we didn't follow through.
Exactly.
So then who's to blame?
I said you have to have political will to follow it. So political will, and not only politicians, it's also society.
All right.
Right? Everybody have to contribute.
So we are not putting enough pressure on our leaders to ensure that
we're not putting enough interest in our power.
So we ourselves know.
We live right up front. We will not look down.
Yeah. We live in hand to mouth. Welcome, caller.
Hi, Morning, brother Nuri.
Yeah, morning, brother.
Top of the morning.
Yes, sir.
Top of the morning, doctor.
Morning.
Conversation is very interesting as well, you know. I have two questions, doc. You hear several times that people that are have a heart attack. So really, what caused it? That's my first question. And also, my second question is that, like numbness in the hand and numbness in the feet or part of the bad part. What causes these things? So that is my concern for this morning. Thank you.
All right, my brother. Thank you.
So, one stroke and one brain attack. So if you're going to attack your heart, you call it heart attack. All what that means is that the artery, and several of them, where carry blood to your heart muscle, they block up. If a big enough one they block up, that muscle going dead. So your heart can't beat good. If your heart can't beat good, it can't send the blood out. And so you die. Because your pump gone bad. That if you're going to pump, we send water in your house and the electricity go and your pump can't pump, then the water not get in your house. Your heart and one pump or they pump the blood into your body. So if any big artery will go to the pump, they block up because you have too much fat in it or calcium deposits, right? We call atherosclerosis. If anything block up your heart, artery, called the coronaries, then your heart going bad. So you either get heart failure, or get a heart attack and die, or get ischemic heart disease, things of that nature, right?
He also has for the numbness.
And when you're numb, you have to be either circulation or nerve.
Same.
You have to check that, either circulation or nerve.
Yeah. Right. Welcome, caller.
Brother Nuri.
Yes, brother.
Sir.
Yeah,
morning.
You know what I like about Dr. Sosa, already, man?
Yeah.
When he speaks, he doesn't speak where you can understand. You see how he speaks? He speaks down to earth, plain Creole, English. You can understand what he's telling you.
That's why we ask him to come.
He's not bullshitting you. He's not trying to. He guides you, and basically sometimes like what the man would say, well, if you don't want to do one, you want to think. And be real with you. I know exactly, but he's telling you. Now, one of the things where I like what he said, while we all know that some people believe in bush medicine, what's good for my body, not good for your body. If you notice, you got some people who drink alcohol and become jackasses, and then you have some who get intelligent. And then you got some who only want to use big words when they drink alcohol. And then you got some who get violent. It doesn't work the same. So what bush medicine might work for some, not work for some. Now I am of the belief that right now we are want to go to the doctor. I don't want to tell me about no bush doctor because when I go to court I can't sue him. The judge want to tell me, Mr. Kalimu, but that man guy in the medical training for the cute thing for drink. Now if Mr. Sosa prescribed me something, I could carry Mr. Sosa to court. Because he give me the thing and the thing do me wrong. But I can't carry the bush doctor to court, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that these herbs and these things don't work, you know, but like when he said, it's depending how you take it. You could buy 1 pound of garlic and sit down and eat the garlic, but it might be doing more harm than good when you eat it and you don't have somebody to guide you through the process. So I will give you this joke. I was prescribed Provocol. But because I am a paranoid schizophrenic, I read the medical journals as they come out because I want to know where they go. And I read that Provocol is banned in the US. They don't give it again, and they may give me here. And it was $190 a month. And one day I told my sister, who is a pharmacist, I can't buy this medication. He said, brother, come to my house today. I got the best medication for you. And when I reached, he said, give me the $20. And the guy bring $10 a month. 3 garlic in I think. So brother, this is the cheapest medication I ever get. And she did not give me back my money because you learned something new today. You see? You learn something new and I save $190 ever since.
Yeah.
No, I don't eat too much garlic, but I try to keep the garlic, the ginger, the turmeric. I know they abuse it and they take it in moderation.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But I want to say, Mr. Sosa,
keep being the kind of guy you are.
Thank you, sir.
Don't
Thank you.
get too rich for yourself. And I can approach Dr. Sosa in a public and he can stand up there for the next 10 minutes.
Indeed.
Allow me to run.
That's why we bring the man here, man.
That's the kind of guy.
That's
anyway,
the reason why. Thank you very much, Brother Collymore.
Thank you.
That's the reason we bring the doctor here. We got very short time, and you got patients that you're waiting for your doc. So I'll cut this off, save it for your next go round, so I'll just get a final word from you now. Then.
Well, first off, thank you again, for the interaction. It's always interesting topics.
Can I break? I did say that I would get a real doctor to tell us about bypass, because we have our honorable brother there, Francis, good man, still recuperating from his bypass. And many of us were amazed to hear that there was a bypass done in Belize. I understand it's not the first one. But I guess it's because of his high profile that we took it as that. But tell us a little bit about that. I know you're going, but give us a little bit from the doctor's perspective.
Well, first I want to big up Dr. Adrian Koi and Dr.
Indeed, man.
And Dr. Lin.
Yeah.
At KHMH, or great doctors, better than me, young doctors, smart, talented, right? Basically, if you're going to arch away no good, you take it out and take a big vein out your leg and you replace it after the bypass. The bypass, because that one no good, you just no use that one.
So they're like car. You take out one and put
you
one.
take one different hose for bypass, the hose were no good. That's one bypass. Right? Only because you have to get it from somewhere.
So why is it in our head that, oh man, what, the Belize?
Well, it takes technical skill to do it, and remember your heart to beat.
Yes.
Because you're
all
alive,
the time you're alive when this is going on.
You get me? Yeah. And you have to make sure that your heart continue to work good
what's the level of success for these operations?
In Belize?
Yeah.
Well, I think all of them are good up to now.
So quite a few people have taken bypass and they're moving around normal.
Yeah.
All right, this is important.
But maybe not totally 100% normal, but they're much better than before.
Well, they can't run
a marathon.
Yeah.
But they're much better than before, no?
Indeed. That's very important, and we hope the best to our brother. We know that he's laying on his back. He can look at all these talk shows now because normally the man they travel and doing all things. So respect to you, Francis. Give you the last word again. I won't interrupt you.
So I just want to encourage people, no? As we see, a lot of people with medical illnesses that affects them, no? So a lot of people, they take dialysis because their kidney gone bad, because their sugar and pressure gone bad. A lot of people say damage because of stroke. They say damage because their heart gone bad. So just try to encourage people to try, put in one, leave it, make sure they control themselves.
Yes.
Control your eating, your drinking, no smoke, do the exercise, have a proper weight, you take your proper medications. If you don't work good, you will see one like the same doctor. If you don't work good, you will find the next one. Till you can stabilize all your things that are wrong. No? I also encourage people to actually do that. Okay? You'll live better down the road.
Can I'm very careful because I'm a private person, but 20 years ago, you think it'd be useful for me to share this?
You could say it if you want.
20 years ago, actually, I had a stroke. They had a fancy name for it, subarachnoid hemorrhage, which the doctor told me when I went to him that this is called a small bleed in my brain. This was 20 years ago. And I am a 98.9 recovery from that with no telltale signs, no issues of dementia, none of these issues have affected me. And I give first credit to God Almighty for his choice that I didn't go in. But I give Dr. Sosa, who was the first doctor to take care of me. when I was locked down for 3 days here in Belize City with that. The point I'm making is that it was 2006. This is now 2026, which means it was 20 years ago that I went through this. Why am I saying it? Because I don't normally share my business like this. That there is hope after a stroke. I have no limb problem, no recall problems, none of these issues there. Of course, I was well taken care of by my family. But I'm saying that if you do these things ahead of time and you get the right kind of advice. 20 years ago, I had a stroke. So I'm not, this is not boasting, this is nothing more than to share my personal experience with you who may be wondering about your situation. It's not the end of the day, right? So thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, Nuri.
Thank you for giving
See
me
you
good
again next
advice
time.
20 years ago, and thank you for continuing to give good advice. And you know why I bring this man? Because whenever I go for my yearly checkup, it's him that I go to, and Dr. Ariaga. And I get good advice from these brothers, and that is the reason why I ask him to come here regularly. Because like Kalimo said, he talk common sense, he talk the language of the people, and there's nothing complicated about what Brother John Sosa does. I know he patted, but it's mostly because of John. So we'll take our final break and we'll be back.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican link-up, the Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashment plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet, and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican link-up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by...
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Abet or Brothers Abet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
All right, welcome back. Just enough time for us to say our salams for this morning, the 4th day of June already, middle of the year, first 4 days of the hurricane season. And as they continue to say, while it is estimated that this will be a low season, it only takes one. And it doesn't have to be no big category 5. It can mash us up even as a category 2 or category 3. So do your hurricane plans. Don't take things for granted. We have a tendency to do that here in Belize. Sometimes we want to have hurricane party and all that kind of thing there. This is not a smart idea. So be very careful. I want to thank Mr. Sosa, Dr. Sosa, for coming in and sharing with us this morning as he normally does. And most of all, we want to thank you who stayed tuned with us from minutes to 7 o'clock this morning, all the way through to 5 minutes after 9. So Belizeans, stand strong and stand firm and do the right thing. And for now, we gone. People get victimized, let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize, voice our opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count.